What is going on? What is going on? Welcome back to another video. If you're a newlywed man who is into supplements, then this is the video for you because I'm going to share with you what I do as a married man of 5 years who is 12% body fat year round, what I take. But first things first, I just want to be sure that people know where supplements stand. Yeah, I have a whole little presentation for you today, informal presentation, because that's how I roll. And this is in my coaching. And this is very basic, but a lot of us, we need this reminder because during the journey, we often forget where supplements stand. And as you can see, it is at the very top, second to the top. And the very bottom, the thicker the bar is, just imagine a period, okay? The reason why you're at the bottom is because that's where the identity work lies. And so a lot of people think that supplements do a lot of the heavy lifting, but I want you to imagine you in school again, and when you had that rubric at the beginning of the semester. I forgot what it's called. It's like a intro to class paper or a little packet they gave you. And it says, here are the tests, and they weigh more for your overall grade than maybe a pop quiz or even homework. And so, in the same sense, right, like you want to focus on the biggest heavy lifters. And I'm not saying to give 50% to supplements or give 50% to everything, but when it comes to making fitness sustainable for all that you have going on in your life, because as a married man, right, you know, you're planning for the future, you're building your home, you're leading your wife, and all your attention and energy is going to the things that matter in life, you being there for your family. And so, fitness, when it comes to fitness, you want to focus on the things that will give you the most for your buck. Because, like it or not, all of us have an energy battery, and the more we make decisions and the more time and attention we give to things and consciously make decisions is going to decrease daily and weekly. And if you're always, focusing on things that don't really move the needle, like supplements, then you're not doing things that really serve you. And so you really want to focus on the things that help you the most, which is why my coaching is mainly identity work. And the second thing would be systems. So this video is going to be more on supplements. And yeah, let's get the ball rolling here. And if you want to learn about the identity work I do, and if you know me on Instagram or Facebook, you know I don't really talk about nutrition or the gym because, well, it's 2026 and you probably have been hearing a lot online, like do this workout, do that workout. Same thing with nutrition. And the facts are there's a lot of things that work. And if you want to find the best way, like maybe you're not into keto, but you're into a more flexible approach. Like you can go online and find what you want easily, right? Like we have AI too. That's not the problem. Information is never the problem now. So what's the problem is the identity work. Maybe you have some limiting beliefs, maybe you have some trauma from the past, and it's not your fault, right? Everyone goes through things. I had a client who was a people pleaser, and during his time with me, we worked on that. And so what we saw was a better adherence to the system we built for him. And so a lot of coaches will tell you to just work harder, but when you're pushing, when you're trying to white knuckle discipline like that, you're going to find yourself in a very, very tough situation. And it's going to be very hard to actually break the limiting belief or the people pleasing in that sense that you have. And so all it comes down to is your beliefs in certain things, in yourself, in friendships, in relationships. Maybe you view fitness a certain way. Maybe you don't eat healthy because you have a bad relationship with yourself. So that's the kind of work that I do. But for this video, let's talk about the supplements I take as a married man of 5 years. And by the way, this is me right here. Took this photo recently, and I'm 12% body fat year round, which is pretty cool because I don't really track any macros or calories for years now. And a lot of people want to look like that. And despite tracking so strictly and so hardly, they can't. And they can't receive the results they want. And oftentimes too, they go into a spiral. They feel worthless whenever they miss the gym. I miss workouts sometimes too, but the difference between me and a lot of people is I don't feel bad about it. I have grace on myself, but it's reasonable. It's not unrealistic to where I don't have the results. And so, yeah. Let's go to the. Oh yeah, this is my client. He worked with me for a whole year, and it's great because a lot of the belly went away. He had a better relationship with himself, and every single week he met friends. He's a very, very much of an extrovert, and he just loved being with friends. And so we made a system to where he could be with friends. So it was great. And yeah, supplements wise, this is what I take pretty much every single day. Protein, I like to pick the best ingredients, so that's why I use Transparent Labs. Recently, I got a blueberry pancake flavor. Highly recommend if you have a sweet tooth like me. Electrolytes, because, well, we all need electrolytes, and plus it's a summer, and also I'm running too, so I need to be very, very hydrated. Multivitamin, all of these, by the way, are very specific because I am a firm believer in you are what you eat. So maybe you're using a supplement that is still creatine, but it's not a more a pure blend, right? Like people will put preservatives and fillers in it, and maybe they don't test the quality as well when they're manufacturing. And so I always go for the best because you are what you eat. And so that's why I choose all these brands. So multivitamin, just to cover the bases, and creatine because I am a weight lifter at heart. So sometimes I don't take these every day just because I forget. I'm human. And yeah, it's pretty simple. A lot of people like to focus, and also within newlywed men, and this can be in general too for everyone. We look at what's trending, like ashwagandha and then peptides, and we hold this belief that they carry more weight than they do, right? Like we, in the example of going to school, we think ashwagandha and peptides are the tests, right? They affect your grade more. But in reality, if you look at this pyramid, the identity, you, mindset systems are the very foundational stuff. Sleep, nutrition, and yeah. The third method is something I do with clients to not track any macros, not track any calories, fitness, supplements, everything else is on the top, like peptides. So we often have this belief that all these trends like methylene blue impact our health more than they do. And I think it's because it's a cop out. We want them to impact our health more. That way, we don't have to do the hard work, the inner work of changing your operational patterns, learning your limiting beliefs, and then sitting down with yourself, having a self reflection time, and actually working through those moments in your past and actually reconstruct your beliefs about yourself, about fitness, about other people, and actually being the man who you need to be. That way, you can actually hold the systems that are tailored for you. And so a lot of people will try to get the best system, right? Supplements are part of the system. And so a lot of people focus on a very minute part of the system, supplements, and then we neglect the inner work that actually moves us to where we want to be, that actually builds the muscle, lose the fat, and yeah. So please, the best thing to do is do the hard thing. And if you're a very driven person, this should motivate you because, right, like instead of not being motivated or driven, maybe instead of not being a white knuckling person, choose to white knuckle the things that actually matter. For example, you or maybe white knuckling supplements right now. Choose, excuse me, to white knuckle the bottom tiers, like right here. You, mindset system, sleep performance, you know, focus on the things that actually help you the most. And I'll give you another example. I just went on a run, and it feels like, according to the weather man, 94 degrees outside. That's not a stroll. That's not a peaceful type of run. And so I had to really choose to get into a mindset of grinding and hustling to finish the run successfully. And a few days ago, I got creamed by the run. Okay, this was a hard run. It was very hilly. It was a 3 mile run, and today I crushed it. I feel great, and now I'm here talking to you. And so the idea is to use that hustle energy where it actually matters. Whereas a lot of men will use it in places that don't really matter. And then weeks go by, months go by, they don't get the results they want. And then they're frustrated. And then all of the doubt and unworthiness thoughts come. They think, oh, I'm unworthy. I can't do this. I'm a failure. Am I even a man? And that's a dangerous spot to be in because you're just sitting in this toxic energy. So focus on the things that matter, see the results, and then let that fuel your confidence in yourself. So that's pretty much it. And once you really focus on the things that matter, that actually impact you the most, you're going to live a great life. For example, I went to the beach with my family. This is my niece. We had a great time. Once you focus on the things that matter and have systems in place that help you and your lifestyle, and then do the identity work that actually changes you so that you can uphold the system, you're gonna find yourself in this peaceful energy, and you're not going to stress all the time. Your mind will actually be where your body is. So, I used to, when I got married, spend time with my wife, and I approached that as something I had to do, something I needed to do, and I approached that in this hustle energy. Whereas now she told me, and this is a video I made recently on Instagram, she told me one thing I do differently and greatly is actually being there in presence mentally too, and being in the moment, which is something all men want. And so this picture shows me being in the moment with my niece. And yeah, this is me in the past here. I was very skinny. And now this is me. That was my dog. He was 15 years old when he passed this year. Very, very, very great dog. This was another one of my clients. He lost 50 pounds without tracking any calories, without any supplements, by the way. I think he did take protein powder, but it's not like some crazy supplement. It's just protein powder. And then this was another one. This is a 1 month difference, which is pretty cool because he also didn't track calories. Anti-calories tracking, if you didn't know. Because you look at that back definition, it's very, very different. Very different. So, yeah. And yeah, when you have systems that help you, when you do the identity work that helps you, you can live your life. This is me candle shopping because I love candles. And this was yesterday because it was my birthday. So I'm 29 now, married for 5 years. I saw my pawpaw, technically my wife's, but he's my family too, and he's a great man. And this was me with my wife and my dad. It was also my dad's birthday. We share the same birthday, and it was a great day. I actually got this headband yesterday too because I have a Spartan race in 2 weeks, and I needed something to hold my hair in place. So, and we went out to eat for my birthday. This was the day before, and my mom likes to be a model, and so I was helping her take pictures here. Very good time. So yeah, hope this video helps. If you want to, let's see. Actually, I'll do things differently this time. Tell me what you need. Tell me what things you're working on. Tell me what things are causing you to be stuck, and I'll help you. Just write it down in the comments. I'll comment too and reply back. I'll see you later. Have a great day.